Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a minute since I put out some Marvel Rivals content. Last time I did it was months ago after season 0, and season 2 was about to come out, so I wanted to do a little Marvel Rival Heroes tier list. Um, so this will cover the heroes from 1.0 and 1.5, so all of season 1. This is not taking into account the crazy changes that are coming to these characters in like 2 days. So we're going to rank all of these characters based on season 1.5. And here's a quick peek at what season 0 rankings were. Some big issues here. But yeah, this is what we had for season 0. So let's get right into it. Let me put this over here. Okay, first it's going to be Doctor Strange. I am going to address the changes that are coming to some of these characters, but these rankings are purely based on 1.5. Okay, so Strange. He was still probably, to be honest, there's a lot of, like, he got 2 to 3 nerfs. He's getting another nerf. I don't think he's S tier anymore. I'll tell you who my favorite tank is in a moment. I should have said tanks lead the way. But yeah, he got a lot of nerfs, lost some shield health, lost some overall health. He's getting a nerf to his damage. I don't think he's S tier anymore. I prefer some other tanks, and I'll let you know exactly who that is. But speaking of hard counters to Strange, the Thing. So when the Thing first came out, I thought he was a B tier at best, but I either didn't realize or just didn't play him enough. He just punches through every shield. So he is just an absolute hard counter to the shield tanks. He's incredible. I genuinely think it's hard to put him over Strange since the Strange can just do so much. But he's A. He's absolutely A. I don't think he's better than Strange. Well, it's kind of weird because he counters Strange so well, but I think Strange you can use more in a bunch of different comps. So his ult's pretty good, and yeah, I think he's a great character. His escapability is out of this world. His E with the damage reduction is crazy. I think it's like, is it like 20% damage reduction? But it's insane. His team up's okay. He just gets more health, which is great. But yeah, Thing is really good. Moving on to Groot, I still think Groot is S tier. He got a buff for some reason, extending his wall range, and it was actually a monumental buff, even though it was only like 2 meters. I think it's at like 18 meters now for how far he can put his walls. But it's sensational. He counters almost every tank, to be honest. He's incredible. He's S tier. He was my main at one point in season 0, but not much anymore. Penny. Oh, and I should say about Groot, obviously his ult is just sensational. But yeah, we'll move on. Penny, she's getting a well-deserved buff, and it's going to be a monumental buff at that. Incredible movement speed buff that she's getting. Her fire rate, or her fire can crit now, and this was much needed. But as it stands currently without this buff, she is so situational. She's incredible on defense, but you just can't play offense with her. You're just throwing. She's great at countering ults, though. That is one of her special abilities. But really, that's a defensive thing. So, let's see. Season 0, I had her. Where the hell did I have her? I had her as an A. Well, that's not right. And season 0, but this is season 1.5. So, she's C. She's incredible on defense. If this was only defense, she'd be like A tier, almost S tier. This new buff, I genuinely think she's gonna be like A tier. But for this season 1 plus 1.5, yeah, just can't justify her anywhere higher than C in my mind. Although I'm happy to see her if we're on defense. Now here is to the tank who I think is the best tank in the game. It is Magneto. I think he's better than Strange in every single way except the flying ability of Strange. Um, he can counter ults like nearly every DPS ult. He's got a good counter to it. His team up with Wanda, which is leaving by the way, is insanely strong, giving him a sword that does so much damage. I had him in my last tier list at a rank of C, which is when I was watching that back, studying, uh, I realized how tremendously wrong that was. Even then, he is incredible. He, to me, it's between him and Groot for best tank. I think I give it to Magneto because I think shield tanks are just a little bit more versatile. I think he's best tank in the game, but Groot is really close. If someone said Groot as the best tank in the game, I like that's yeah, I agree with that. Like I won't argue with you really, but um, I think Groot's ult is a little bit better, but Magneto's ult is really good at just cancel the heal ult and then you're chilling. So I really like using his ult that way. Groot, you're kind of just looking for most damage possible, but Magneto, you got to be a little bit more technical with it. I still think, yeah, I think he's best tank in the game. He's incredible. I really wish they made him like his flying passive ability is trash, but to be honest, he doesn't need any more buffs though. Um, I think he might go. I don't think he will be the best tank in the game um, after the new buffs in a couple days, buffs and nerfs, because he's losing his team up with Wanda, and that's gonna hurt him tremendously. Like a lot of these tanks are really dependent on their team ups. Um, well, actually, to be honest, Magneto's kind of. After having said that, it's Magneto and Hulk that are the ones that are most dependent on their team ups. Um, Groot really doesn't matter about his team up. Even Strange doesn't matter that much. Um, but we'll move on. I think he's the best tank in the game. We're gonna go with Hulk next. Oh man, Hulk used to be really good. He's still good, but frankly, I just prefer the Thing. I think the Thing is better. And early on in season 1.5, I used to think that Hulk was better in every way. Um, but I just think the Thing is better. It's a tough one. It really is a tough one since I love playing Iron Man. They nerfed the his ultimate or like whatever the team up with Iron Man, so it doesn't even really make much a difference. The Gamma Charge, he's getting a buff, and I think it's gonna put him right back up in the borderline S tier. I think right now he is. I mean, as an Iron Man main, essentially, I want to put this guy A tier, but I mean, a good Hulk player is good, but I'm gonna be honest. I think he's B. I would much rather see, if I'm not playing Iron Man, I would much rather see someone play these four tanks than Hulk. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. But he's getting tremendous buffs. His shield's getting a cooldown buff. Um, so it's gonna be. I think he's getting a what's it called? Um, a move speed buff too. Huh. You know, where's Thor? We're missing Thor. Ah, okay, here he is. Last tank. It is Thor. Thor's good. I think Thor's very good. But you can't really solo tank him unless you have just a dirty Hela, which we'll talk about very soon. His team up used to be best in the game, but they slightly nerfed Hela, even though she's still sensational. You just can't solo tank with Thor. I don't think no one thinks that you can do that. You need to have another tank or someone a little beefier with him. But he's really good. He does a ton of damage. I think he's a B. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I actually think he's better than Hulk as well. I'm really being disrespectful to Hulk. Damn, I hate seeing Hulk here. Let me just say this. I think Hulk's going to be back up A to S tier. But as of now, as it stands currently, I just don't think Hulk is it. Um, all right. Am I missing anyone else? No, I think we're good. Let's go on to the DPS. So, Black Panther. Yeah, I had him as E in Season 0, but that was like 2 updates ago. But to be honest, yeah, I think that's it's E or F, to be honest. He really isn't good unless you're a phenom with him, but we're talking about average players here. His ult is not that good. He's fun to play, but I might even drop him to F. I mean, I don't think he's gotten better. We're putting him in F tier. If you see a Black Panther on your team, you know you're chalked. It's over. It's a wrap. Um, Unless he's just a dirty Black Panther, but I think he might be the worst, borderline worst DPS in the game. Maybe I'm being a little bit too hard, but we'll see. I might make some last minute adjustments. Let's go to Scarlet. So I had her at F, but I think she got a slight buff. She's getting another buff. Um, she's not good. Don't get that twisted. But she's not F anymore, I don't think. I think people kind of found ways to play her. I would much rather see, to be honest, I'd almost rather a Black Panther on my team than Scarlet. She's gonna go F again. There's no synergy. So if you're playing Black Widow, you're pretty much telling the rest of your team that you're not gonna give them anything. You're kind of throwing a little bit, unless there's like an Iron Man on the other team, or if you're just targeting their DPS and sometimes their healers. That's pretty much all she's good for. You're not gonna help against dive. You're not gonna help against tanks. There's no team up that's good, or you just have no team up really, unless you're syncing with Hawkeye. But that's just not gonna cut it. She's gonna go F. I mean, a phenom can play her well. You'll get frags. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I just don't want to see these two on the team. That's what it is. You know what? I forgot about Captain America, and how dare I? He got a buff. I think it was a tremendous buff. Like I don't know if it was last season or the season before, but I really, really love Cap. Unfortunately, I don't think it was enough to put him where I think he deserves to be, which is like A or B. As it stands, oh man, it sucks because he can, like, situationally, he can be the best player in the game if you're just running around trying to buy time, create space. He's that guy. Don't get me wrong. When I'm putting him in C, don't get me wrong. No, I'm gonna put him in B. I genuinely actually might prefer a Cap over a Hulk. Yeah, I'm gonna do it just because of there's stats you just don't see that Cap gives you. Creating space is gigantic, but there's no way to quantify it. Holding the point, I don't know why they don't track that. That's something else they don't quantify. I think he's tremendous. I genuinely think he's more useful to the team than Hulk. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it. That's controversial. That is controversial because Hulk can bubble and save the whole team. But my heart of hearts is telling me to put Cap in B, and I'm going to do it. I really am going to do it. Okay, let's talk about the next DPS. Hawkeye. He got a tremendous buff. He's extremely good. He can one-tap Luna out of rolls. It's crazy. Even still, I mean, if you got a phenom at Hawkeye, it's gonna be very good. But I'm really not excited if someone queues up Hawkeye on my team. He's not gonna do anything against dives. He probably will do a bunch against the other long-range DPS and tanks, but yeah, I think I'm just not crazy about his abilities. He is getting a buff, I think. His E is going to get a buff. I think he is a solid... It's B or C. He doesn't go above that. He just doesn't. My heart is telling me to go C. I think he's middle of the pack type of DPS. Let's move on. His ult is great, though. The team up also, sorry, for Hawkeye is where he fails a little bit. He only gets a team up with Scarlet, or not Scarlet. What the hell? Who the hell? Yeah. No, not Scarlet. Black Widow. I was thinking Scarlett Johansson. It's a terrible team up. But let's go to Hela. So arguably one of the best DPS in the game, even though she got that minus 5% damage, like season bonus, a couple seasons ago. But she's still really good. I don't glaze her as much as other people do. I actually think she's harder to use than people give her credit for. If you're out of rhythm with Hela, you're just chalked. Except for her ult. I mean, anyone, a blind monkey could use her ult. So we're gonna give her. I think she's for sure an A. I don't want to give her. See, I had her in S tier in season 0, but I actually, I'm just not. I'm not really vibing with it. I mean, she's incredible, but I don't know. I'm just not gonna let her go in S tier again. I mean, a strong argument can be made that she's top 3 DPS, but I'm just not gonna subscribe to that. So we're gonna leave her an A. But let's see. Actually, she is gonna go above Strange though, so she's very close to S. Human Torch, as it stands currently, he's not good. Everyone knows that. I think it's an E. I'd rather see a Human Torch than either of these DPS. He's gonna get a buff. He's just too slow. He doesn't do much damage. Yeah, I think he's close. I think his tech is actually really close to being tremendously good. But I think he needs a buff or two more, and then he could be around B or A if he gets the right types of buffs, but not quite yet. His ult is actually a little bit underwhelming, even though it's kind of a sick idea, but we're going to put him at E. Oh, okay, Iron Fist. So he used to be, like, pretty good. Where did I have him last? I had him as a B tier. He is possibly the worst DPS in the game now. Even though he can, like, his E gives him 450, which on paper sounded like a ginormous buff, 450 HP. It immediately starts dying, though, so you pretty much don't have, like, it just almost doesn't even count. I'd actually rather see him than these guys, though. I think I'm actually going to put him E. I think he's arguably the worst DPS in the game, but I don't think he's worse than Black Panther or Black Widow. I think he can actually do a decent amount of damage with his ults, and a good flank I think will be more effective with what's his face, Iron Fist, than it will be with Black Panther. Is he yeah, Human Torch. I think Human Torch is better than Iron Fist. Okay, here's why you tuned in. It's the Iron Man. This is an Iron Man main channel, and we're on Iron Man now. So I got some bad news. Contrary to popular belief, I don't think he's S tier anymore. He got a buff to his laser that is incredible, but he got a nerf to the ult, which ends up actually still hurting him. I think he's gonna get another buff for the AoE of his left click. His ult is still great. I mean, it's such a fun ult. Oh my god, this is really hard. I mean, his team up really just doesn't do it anymore since it got nerfed. He's actually, in my opinion, I actually think he's better without the team up, which doesn't make any sense in terms of the numbers, but I always play better when I'm just going solo Iron Man, which is rare, which is a very rare thing to do, because he doesn't have much synergy with the rest of the team if there isn't a Hulk or a Strange. I genuinely think that he is still such a versatile unit, flying in the air so fast, and his laser will absolutely melt. I genuinely still think he's A tier. He's not S tier anymore, like I said in season 0. I think he's low A. I'll say it. Yeah, I'm gonna put him low A. A lot of people don't use his the missiles as much. It's not good. It's not a good piece of his tech, but I think the other team just never expects it. Those small little missiles that fly out of him when he's in his gamma charge or whatever the hell it is, it can do, if you're close to the ground, just staring at the ground, does a ton of AoE damage. But yeah, he's A. He's not S tier anymore, unfortunately. Maybe he will be after this buff, though. But let's go to Magic. I feel like the use rates of Magic have declined precipitously. I don't know why, because a dirty Magic is dirty. I also think hear me out here. I think she's got the most overrated ultimate in the game. Just shoot her. I mean, just kill her. Like, what's the big deal here? She hits you 3 times each time, which is it hurts. Don't get me wrong, but just team stun her and shoot her. I mean, what else? What's the big issue here? I think she's B. I really don't think she's as good as some people glaze her in being. Mr. Fantastic, worst ult in the game. I think it is the worst ult in the game. I don't think there's any ult that's worse. We'll talk about Rocket later. Don't get it twisted. I actually think if you need him to serve as a tank, well, you're already in a bad spot if you're relying on him to be a tank. I think he's better than no, he's not. I'm gonna put him right here, right below Human Torch. I think he's close to being really good. Like, I love playing him. He's a fun character. It's just his ult. I mean, his ult is trash. I mean, he does a lot of damage, and he blocks a lot of damage too. And he's hard to kill, extremely hard to kill. But just his ultimate, for a DPS ult, it's just so bad. So bad. We're going to put him E. He could go, like, bottom of the barrel, to be honest. But I personally like him just as a character. So you can do pretty cool stuff with the stretchy arms. So we're going to put him in E. Moon Knight, he's like bottom 2 in win rate, which is actually, it might be the most surprising thing of all season 1.5 facts, is that Moon Knight has fallen off so precipitously. I think a lot of it is because his ult got nerfed heavily. Just leave his ult and then you'll be fine. It used to be insane. But he's getting insane buffs. His right click is going to give him health every time it hits someone. I think capped at like 350. His left click velocity, his basic attack velocity, is going to be like almost instant. And his ult got improved. Next season, he's going to be a top 3 hero. I promise. Just the tech alone of his blades going, hitting everyone that is close. That tech is just like, on paper, it's broken. It hits everyone. Now, I know he has issues getting frags, but the velocity increase that he's going to get from this buff is going to be tremendous. But for Season 1, yeah, there's no real denying that the win rates speak for themselves. It's extremely low. I genuinely still think he's better than people give him credit for. I think people are just playing other stuff. I think the meta was different enough to not... for people to stop playing Moon Knight. Everyone played Moon Knight Season 0, and I think people just got sick of playing him and just moved on to different lords. I genuinely think he's worse than Hawkeye now, but I think he's C tier. I don't really think he's as bad as people say he is. I think just less people are playing him. That's based off nothing, though. Just my opinion. Namor is very good. He's about to get better with the new team up. He is, if you are fighting a dive team, he's pretty much the only person you can go to really stop a triple dive comp. You just need Namor. For that reason, since he's like the answer to dive, he's almost A tier. I think I put him B. He's really close, actually. I mean, just because he's so good against dive and that comp is everywhere, I'm borderline going to put him in A. I think I will, just because he is the answer to dive. And if you're the answer to something in this game, then you deserve to be up here. He is better than Iron Man. There's no doubt about that. His ult is great. I think in Season 0 rankings that I did, I said his ult was better than Moon Knight's. That's true now, but it wasn't true when I said it. So I'll recant that statement, but his ult is good, though. It's not great, but it's good. Knocks everyone down. It's awesome. We'll put him A. Psylocke. I think Psylocke's better than Magic and their like team up. I think I will be putting her right above Magic. And I did that in the last video. She can do crazy damage. Her ult is great. She's got a great ult. Uh, Actually, to be honest, Cap might be worse than. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like this. I like a good Cap. Cap versus Psylocke. Cap's gonna win, but that's an unfair one-on-one. But we're gonna put Psylocke here. B. Scarlet. She was not used much in 1.0, and I've been seeing her used a lot more in 1.5, and I actually think that she is a lot better than what I thought initially she was. I think that she is. I like her more than these guys, or Salak and Magic, genuinely. Her escapability is out of this world. Her left shift is insane. She just pretty much can just escape any fight if she wants to, if she saves it properly. I think she's really good. I actually think that she's high B. Her ult is not her ult's not that good, but people. One thing I loved about this game is people were finding more unique ways to team up their ultimates. The fact that Magneto pops his and then Scarlet Witch pops hers, and you're pretty much invulnerable as long as you're not getting beaten by melee. I think that's a really cool way to use the ult, and so I actually think that the more creative people got, the more viable her ult became. So I think she's high B. I actually would put her over these three tanks here, genuinely, just because her team up is insane. Spider-Man. Oh, a filthy Spider-Man is something I ban immediately. Oh man, Spider-Man's good. It's just the average player can't play him, and then you lose. That's the only problem. So like a good Spider-Man genuinely could be A to S tier, but we're not playing what's his name, Necros. The average person's not going to be that good at Spider-Man, but I'm going to put him C. No, that's not fair. I actually think he's better than these guys. I think he's better than Hulk too. I think he's better than Cap. I think it actually stops right here. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to leave Spider-Man there. He's got a great ult. Star-Lord. Star-Lord's very good. It sucks his team up's good, but it's just, it's not great. It doesn't he just gets to it's the revive comp with Adam Warlock and Mantis. But so Star-Lord's great. It's a press Q to win game type of ult. Yeah, and he's invulnerable with that dash. You have to be good at it to hit it, but he's got some of the best movement in the game. Outside of Iron Man, he might have the best movement in the game. Oof, man, I'm being a little stingy with S tier, but I think that's how it needs to be. I think he is A. I think he's an A tier character. Yeah. Yep, he's A tier. I won't put him. Now he is objectively better than Iron Man. I can't even try to. I was trying to figure out ways to argue Iron Man ahead of him, and he's better than Namor too. To be honest, I think he's better. Yeah, I actually think he's top. I talked myself into him being borderline S tier, but I think these two are better than all of these guys. Next one, Storm. So Storm's actually the most interesting case here, I think, because she got a monster buff in season 1, and then she got nerfed again season 1.5. And now she's kind of just like okay. Her ult, like when season 0 ended and we were going into season 1, her ult was shockingly good. It was insane. It still is good, but it's not as good as it was early in season 1. I think she's C tier now. She's better than Moon Knight. Moon Knight really should go D. Now that I'm thinking about it. No, I just think his tech is so good. But back to this lady. Yeah, she was almost like B or A, but then they nerfed her like immediately after they had buffed her, so we're gonna put her in C. Squirrel Girl, 110 damage for her basic attack, and you're just throwing nuts at people. She's very good though. If you want to hold a lane, it's her, it's Punisher, and Moon Knight even. Um, so yeah, Squirrel Girl is great. She's got to team up with Spider-Man. It does like 10% more damage. Her ultimate is, oh, that's what I almost forgot to mention. Her ultimate got that insane buff to where it locks onto people, um, which is just dirty. So I think that she is. We're gonna put her above. I'm gonna put her above Spider-Man actually. She's B tier. Um, so I had her as D tier before, but she earned B tier. Let's go on. Punisher, very good. Um, yeah, he's good. But where does he rank? Damn, this is tough. I had him in A tier. I don't think he's A tier anymore. I think he's probably high B. I think he's better than Spider-Man. I think he's better than Squirrel Girl. We're going to put him right here. Decently high B. That is a slight demerit from Season 0, but it's alright. Venom. Oh, I missed Venom. Oops. Venom, I thought he was good Season 0, and then I thought he was terrible Season 1, and then Season 1.5, all of a sudden, he's just insanely good again. I think he is... He is an A. I think he's just a little bit better than Thing because of escapability. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him there. Oh, okay, Bucky. Yeah, this one's interesting actually. This might be the first S tier DPS. Damn, he just has a good answer to everything. Flyers, he throws his whatever the hell it is, that red blast. If there's a tank, he just grapples him in. Melee, I mean, he's got a good melee. Doesn't have movement, but you don't really need it. Oh man, he is close to being an S tier. I think we're gonna do it. He is S tier. His ultimate is crazy. Yeah, he's good. I don't even want to put him S tier. Like I almost don't even think this is right, but he's almost an instant ban. In yeah, competitive lobbies. Yeah, he just does everything well except movement, but you don't really need movement. I think he goes here, S tier. Wolverine, also another almost instant ban if you're not banning Groot. He's great. I mean, I thought he was terrible just because I didn't really know how to play him well, but I had him in D Season 0, but that's just not true. A good Wolverine will just destroy your tanks. I think he is A tier now. Genuinely, actually. I think he's better than all of these guys here. We're going to put him in A. Adam Warlock, I want to... Like, he's such a cool character. And they just, design-wise, they kind of did him disrespectfully and dirty. From his character in the comics and movies to what he is in this game. Like, why can't he fly? Why does he have less health than Mantis? It doesn't make any sense. But he's... Man... A good Adam Warlock is like someone who I want on my team, but you just can't. You can't even pretend like he's a good healer. I'm gonna put him in D just because I like him. But yeah, he's really not much better than D tier, unfortunately. With a couple buffs though, he could be one of the best in the game. I'll say it. Cloak. Okay, I actually think Cloak is shockingly overrated. Her ult got nerfed heavily. I really don't think she's all that in a bag of chips. But just in terms of just heal output, yeah, her bubble is... Without her bubble, she's trash. Let's say that. Without her bubble, she's garbage. But she's got the bubble, and she's got the ult. So she goes B for me. We're going to put her high B, actually. Yeah, that's controversial. Rocket. He's hated on. People talk about him having not good damage, but... check the numbers. He kills fastest of all the healers if you're hitting all headies, but that's rare, so it's probably not going to happen. But he does incredible up-close explosive damage. Like, you just got to use him like a barrel stuffer if you're trying to do damage, but you really shouldn't be as Rocket. The buffs he's about to get are going to make him a top 3 healer. I'll say it. Maybe top 4. It's going to be insane. But that being said... As he currently stands, it can't be better than C. I mean, yeah, he's better than Adam Warlock though, unfortunately. Okay, here's Mrs. Fantastic. We put her at, I don't know what I had. Oh no, I didn't even rank her last time. Mrs. Fantastic. She can do so much. The fact that her hits and heals go through everyone is tremendous. Her damage blocked, the most underrated stat of all heroes on record, is her damage blocked with her shield. Her ult is incredible. We're really close to putting her S tier here, and I wasn't even expecting that. 2 sentences ago, I didn't even know I was going to put her S tier, but I think I am. She's just so versatile. She can push dives out. She can take people out of the air too with her whatever that pulse thing she throws. I am gonna put her S tier. Yeah. Mantis. Mantis is good, not great. Her ult is a little underwhelming now. I actually don't think. I'd rather see a cloak and dagger. I'm gonna put her here. I think she's. Yeah, we'll put her here. High B. I really want her to be good. And she does. One thing I will say, it's another slightly unwritten stat is the fact that her damage boosts do it like a ton. So it doesn't even like I don't even really. No one cares about her heals that much. It's her damage boost that people love, which makes her almost A tier. But we're gonna put her B just because her ult got nerfed heavily. All the healers got nerfed, understandably so. So they're, yeah, a lot of B's and C's and D's. But Luna, Luna's S tier. I still think she's best healer in the game. She's my other main. Her clap heals are insane. Like, just heals everyone immediately. She just does the most healing. There's just no two ways about it. Yeah, and her anti-dive freeze is actually so good. She's best healer in the game still, in my opinion. Jeff actually might be worst healer in the game. In fact, I am going to put him worst healer in the game just because I like Adam Warlock. He can obviously win games, change the entire outcome of the game with his ult, but that's just about all he has going for him. Season 0, there was a lot of Groot riding with Jeff, but yeah, he's not good. And people try playing DPS Jeff, like, it's just a gimmick. You're not a serious player. So we're going to put him D tier. And then Loki. Oh, this is controversial. God. He's obviously one of the more difficult, if not the most difficult healer to play. I'd argue Adam is more difficult to play because you have to be conservative with his heals. I really don't like Loki. I'll say it. I mean, it's just, I feel like a Loki joins the team, you're chalked for the average player. I really don't care for Loki at all. Like, he's cool. He's tough to play, but man, I just feel like every Loki I play with is not going to heal me at all. He's just going to try doing DPS Loki, which is fine. It's viable, but just, I mean, what are you doing? I would rather, I'm going to do it. He's going C. I don't really care. This is the list, folks. Let's do one last scan. S tier: Magneto, Groot, Luna, Bucky. Really didn't expect her to get in here. Invisible Woman. Really didn't. But she's great. Undeniably great. Hela probably should be S tier, but I'm going to leave her here. Star-Lord, Strange, yeah. I actually, to be honest, I think I would, in my heart of hearts, I think Venom actually might be better than Strange, but I'm not going to do that. There you have it, folks. We're going to call that episode done. Yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know how correct I am in the comments below. And let me know where you guys see any errors. I think, just at a glance, any errors I see, I think Loki here probably is unjust. He probably deserves B or A. Not A. Actually, I will not be putting him in A. Wolverine maybe could be here. I think Hulk probably could be higher. Scarlet probably could be lower. Oh, there we go. Joe Mama out.